demonstrated, inconsistency, and not, living up to their bidding of being like a national office that should be neutral, that should be concerned about the growth and development of the party at the various chapter levels. They have allowed themselves to be bought over, by certain interests.
That's a big allegation when you say that they have been bought over. Is there any proof to that effect? I usually would ask that question.
When the state executive list is being tampered with in the national secretariat, what does that show? Because as a national secretariat, they have the list of those who are the ESCO of the party from Rivers State, right from the ward to the LGA and up to the states. And if they had met and have said, these are the people that will continue as caretaker, they have the list. They don't need to demand the list from anybody. They don't need to make a new list. And they brought out a list that they know that some of these persons are not on the list who are ESCO members. How can Debo Olagunaja tell me there's a national publicity secretary that knows me very well and we've been relating, we've been working together, and he will sign a list and he has seen clearly that my name was conspicuously missing on the list and he's defending it that that's the authentic list of the caretaker. What do you make of that?
Gbara. So now what happens? Are you still going to push the fight, to ensure that the right thing is done, or, that argument is done with now that you're a commissioner?
Definitely, I was not the only one that was affected. There are a lot of other ESCO members, about 16 of us. The accusation is that we attend state functions. That is the accusation. Why should we attend state functions? And I want to use this opportunity to throw the question to those who say they are the members of the caretaker committee.
We have a commercial.
Homelight Properties Limited. Homelight Properties Limited. We have done it before. And
All right, 28 minutes to the top of the hour. You're welcome. You're still listening to Hard Facts and 92.3 Nigeria Info. I am Kala Dakuru Batabo. Greetings to you. I have Sydney Gbara via the phone, and we have been discussing the political situation in Rivers State. And just before the break, he was telling you and I about what the PDP National is doing, and how he feels that something that looks like corruption is taking place. But welcome back, Sydney, and once again, congratulations on your appointment as commissioner.
Thank you very much, my brother.
Okay. So yeah, you were explaining to us, what is transpiring at the national. So can you continue from where you left off?
Yes, the point I was trying to make is that the National Working Committee has not been able to play that big brother role that is expected of them on issues that has to do with the state chapters, but especially that of Rivers State, because upon our election as state officers or LGA officers, our names were transmitted to the national office and they have it there for record purposes. So when it got to a point where they decided that the entire ESCO should continue for another 3 months as caretaker this time around, and it is embarrassing to see that those who are custodians of such sensitive information and materials are now acting as if they don't know what they are doing. Because when you see names like ours conspicuously missing from the caretaker committee list, and you begin to ask questions, and you see a national publicity secretary defending such lists, when you see your own office, somebody who is working with you at the chapter level, his name is missing on the list, and you're saying this list is authentic. So it gives a lot of concern to a point where we begin to wonder what the fate or what the future holds for PDP as it stands now, right from the national, most especially at the national level, because this is a party the entire Nigerians are waiting for, to see how, thinking they will put their house in order and then, be able to wrestle power, take back power, because ever since power left the PDP, a PDP person, the APC, we've not had it well in this country. And can tell us, yes. It gives a lot of concern to people like us.
Okay.
To say that you are a custodian of the list, and they say publish the list, and you begin to see names being smuggled into the list. So it gives a lot of concern and shows a lot of inconsistency and insincerity on their part. That's the point I'm trying to make.
Okay, I want to quickly throw a question at you, still related to the PDP. Would you accept the 27 lawmakers back if they were to come? Let's say the allegation or the assumption of Honorable Ugo Chinyere is true or are true. There were several assumptions. Let's say they are true. Would you, as a party in Rivers State, accept the return of the lawmakers?
Well, when this whole impasse assumed or started, when it got to the point where they defected, we felt very, very bad, because you know how it is. Losing 27 lawmakers just like a twinkle of an eye. It was a big blow on us as a party. We made every frantic move to see how we can talk to them to, resign on their decisions. This is politics. If they want to come back, they know what to do. It has to be done properly. Let them not try to deny the fact that they never defected, because the point Ugo Chinyere is trying to make everybody understand, which is the truth, is that they actually defected, but they are trying to come through the back door to say, no, we didn't defect. Oh, it was that, trying to ask us, joined us to the case we have in court. If they want to come back, they know the right thing to do. First and foremost, they will have to apologize to His Excellency Asimila Ifubara for all the tantrums they threw at him unnecessarily. And then we can sit down as a people, sit down as a party, as a family. We'll talk about it. And we'll see how we can bring them back. But trying to take through the back door, that will not work, because they defected and it is all over the place on national televisions. The proofs are there. There's no way they can deny that. Not at this point when you have pushed to a level where you already know that you don't exist and you want to go through the back door. That is not the way to go. If they realize that the way they planned it, what they thought they would do, they couldn't achieve it, We are all human beings. The governor is a peaceful man. His disposition is always for peace, and he's looking up to seeing how everybody will work together in Rivers State as one family. So, my position is this, or our position is, if they go through the right channel, the governor is the leader of the party in Rivers State. Take it or leave it. If they go through the right channel, apologize to the governor first. That's the first step. He will not call every one of us and say, our brothers who are like prodigal sons are back to us. We are not going to kill them. They are our friends, they are our brothers. We'll sit down, we'll talk as a family, and we'll consider that. But try going through the back door to say that, oh no, we didn't defect and this, no, that will not work.
All right, some people are arguing that the appointment as done recently by nations regarding who is speaker or not. How do you feel about those arguments as it relates to, of course, your appointment as commissioner?
Well, let's take from the build-up. The build-up is at some point in the whole struggle, a court of competent jurisdiction declared Right Honorable Designate here as the speaker, and that judgment has not been vacated or otherwise up till today. In line with following the presidential proclamation for peace in the state, His Excellency Sasimina Gbara, willingly asked Right Honorable Designate to resign from being speaker to give way for the Martins Amewule-led assembly to pilot the legislative, affairs of the state.
So that's what happened. So the resignation was to give way for Martin Amewule-led assembly. Did I hear you right?
Of course, yes, okay. Yes, because he already said it that he signed that presidential proclamation. That was a lifeline that the Martins Amewule-led faction had to operate or sit in the first place. But what did we get? All manner of, repealing and that of all manner of retrogressive laws against the governor. That's what we saw. And it has gone into a point where you cannot push a man too far. He will bounce back. So we have to now reinvoke an assembly that is known by law, recognized by law, to pilot the affairs of the state. The state has to move on. Rivers State has to move on, and Rivers State has moved on. So whosoever that is claiming that our appointments, as because it was the His Right Honorable Local Jumbo was no. That person is still in the dustbin of history. Rivers State has moved on rapid development in geometric progression. We are no longer at that point. We are looking at events in Rivers State that is propelling Rivers State far above the way it was to compete with economies like Lagos State. Why is nobody talking about the economic summit, economic and investment summit we had just 2 days ago?
We talked about it. We talked about it yesterday. We talked about it the day before.
Okay, yes. So, that should be the kind of narrative. That should be the kind of narrative the press should be talking about in Rivers State, and not one faction did this one did that. We are having an economic summit. We have visitors, all manner of business tycoons, captains of industry in Rivers. That is there you see a set of human beings decided to do a demonstration, marching on the street. Meanwhile, the Tongai farm that the governor has said he has brought his release to revamp, the Buguma fish farm and other agricultural facilities, who are the people that will be employed there? These same River citizens who were paid 2,000 naira yesterday to go and march on the streets. So what are we talking about? We should change our narrative. There should be a paradigm shift from the narrative on the press. I want to use this as an appeal to you, through you to the other media houses. Let us begin to look at the...
You have 1 minute remaining.
Administration is bringing to bear in Rivers State, and let us de-emphasize this whole thing of Martins Amewule said this, one group said that, one group said this. Rivers State is moving on, and it's killing the real narrative. We want the real narrative, the progressive narrative of this present administration. We want it to be in the news more than Tony Okocha did this one. No. Let us begin to showcase what our governor is bringing to bear as regards governance in the state.
Okay.
So that people will be properly informed, people will be properly, people will put themselves together to key into what is coming, for our youths.
Okay.
It's not the person
now that you've mentioned, can you tell us what, I mean, you're now a part of the, what's it called now? You're now a part of the cabinet. Oh my, I think I lost connection again. So I'll try re-establishing it. You're now a part of the cabinet. So what would you say about, the local government chairman saying they would not leave Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm with you.
Okay, so network issues. So I was just asking, you're now a member of the cabinet and you said let's focus on what the governor will do. I do not know if you're aware of what some local government chairmen have been saying as it relates to the local government situation. Of course, there is the court case where 2 local government chairmen went to court, and then the court did give a ruling and said, the amendment of the local government law as done by the Martin Ameule-led assembly is illegal, null and void. And the local government chairman is saying, no, we will stick to the Martin Ameule-led law because it is law that we recognize. So what's the governor and his cabinet doing as it relates to that? I don't know if you're privy to that information just yet.
Well, to the best of my knowledge, I know that the governor had mentioned it earlier in one of his one of his outings recently, trying to advise our brothers who are the local government to give peace a chance, not allow themselves to be catalyst to any crisis in the state, and that he was not going to take it lightly with them because nobody has monopoly of violence. It's clear there has been a judgment to that, and we all know that will not, extension, that tenor extension or elongation, whatever way you're going to put it, was dead on arrival in the first place. It's not going to work, and it cannot work. It's so ridiculous when I see some of my friends still jumping about on Facebook, what are they trying to do? Maybe intimidate or by sympathy, or I don't know what the strategy is, what they actually want to achieve. But the truth of the matter is that the truth is known by everybody, and when it comes back the June 17th, their tenure ends, and that is the truth, and that is the fact. No more, no less.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, something must have attracted you to the Siminalai Fubara administration, right? Because if I look at how politics has been played in River State, at some point you leaned towards, the Yes and Wike camp. So what is that thing, as we are now celebrating 1 year anniversary of the governor, what is that thing, or what are those things that attracted you? Because when other people were towing the path of sticking with Yes and Wike, you decided to go with Siminalai Fubara. What was that thing? Can you tell Rivers people? Because you've said it yourself, we should focus on the doings. I'm using our parlance now. We should focus on the doings of the governor.
Yes, in the first place, if you encounter His Excellency Siminalai Fubara, the very first time, you will like his person. He's very humble. He's very simple. Is very real, and to a large extent, with the things he's doing around, I don't want to hinge it on my personal interactions with him or the things he has told me that he's going to do. Let us judge by the things he has done so far. We have seen that he is a man that cares for the welfare of the people. He wants to ensure that Rivers people are in one way or the other empowered, carried along through maybe human capital development, infrastructures, or whichever way that can elevate the living standard of the people. Not a brick and mortar kind of administration where you are like building this, doing that. Yes, it's good. Infrastructure is okay. Once the government they continue, you have to look at what the previous government have achieved on, and now what areas do you think the people need more? Towards the end of the previous administration, people were crying. We are not going to eat bridges. We are not going to, yes. And now he has come up on board and kick-started welfare. What he's doing, from what I'm saying, all what he's doing just about the welfare of the people. How are the people going to be catered to? And that is a very, serious area most administrations have been lacking. They play to the gallery of building, doing roads. And yes, they are good. But what about the individuals? What about the people? What about the citizens? How would they survive?
All right.
Somebody has to have food, to be able to enjoy those facilities. And he has demonstrated this in every way. I will just mention like two things. One, the Maiwan market has been under lockdown for several years. The River State Transport Company was disbanded. No genuine reason was given why these facilities were the way they were. But I can tell you that no responsible government will want to cut off the means of livelihood of its people for no reason. Whatever it is, you can address the matter, solve it, and allow the people. Designate Gbara has opened the Maiwan market, and they are located.
Has he opened it? Because that will be news to us.
Yes, the process. Yes, the process is on. Go there and find out things for yourself. Go to ROTC. Families have been rejuvenated economically for the reopening of ROTC. The businesses, the vendors who do businesses around there have kickstarted. Go to Waterline and you see the behavior of activities, economic.
Sorry, Sydney. ROTC maybe. Yes, we saw the news. We saw the reports related to ROTC. That's the Rivers Transport Company.
Yes.
But when it comes to the Maiwan market, I've been very much a follower of the events there. There are factions, as a matter of fact. They've been fighting. And the reason why it wasn't open during Nyesom Wike's time is because of a court proceeding. I'm wondering if all of these problems have been solved, because you sound very sure. I mean, now you're very close. You're in the corridor of power, so you probably know better than I do. But when you say that the Maiwan market is in the process of being opened, I wonder if these problems have been solved.
Of course. You see, whatever the issues are, just like I said, no responsible government will allow the means of livelihood of its people to be cut short. That was the comment I made.
Okay.
So whatever that is the issue that is on ground is something the government, if they are interested and prioritize it, they can solve it. And that is what His Excellency Gbara is doing or has done right now. That's the point I'm trying to make.
All right, then. So I would just ask you your final words on the political situation in Rivers State as I am about to let you go, because my time is up. So what would you say, an advice or a comment or any contribution of any sort to Rivers State?
Yes, my advice will go to the youths of Rivers State, that this government is a government that is youth-based. The man at the helm of affairs is a young man who had his beginning in a very humble way, has lived in Job, according to him, has lived in several parts of Port Harcourt, has lived in Eleme and all that. So he understands what it is to be a youth in Rivers State who does not have any means of livelihood. And he's doing everything within his reach to ensure that he elevates the level of the living standard of every youth. Ensure that every youth is engaged. Ensure that every youth that do small or big, medium business has something. That is why the entrepreneurship scheme, 4 billion naira loan with conjunction with Bank of Industry, is on there for the youth. What do we have to do is to support, continue believing in Designate Gbara's administration, continue supporting him, and those who can pray fervently, they continue to pray for him, to sustain him, because if for any reason what His Excellency has to do for the youth, he does not complete it to the end of his tenure, then we are the ones that are losing.
Okay.
The people who are, the youth should continue supporting the governor, his administration, and I can assure you that they will never regret it.
Okay. I just want to do this question. I know a lot of Rivers people want to ask. Do you have any idea? I mean, do you have any hint as to what portfolio you may be assigned? Have you guessed it? Have you sensed it? Have you heard any whispers in the dark? I'm just wondering.
Well, definitely you will hear a lot of whispers, but they are all rumors. They are all rumors.
Okay.
I believe that, for my name to be penciled down, it was penciled down for a reason.
Okay.
And that reason is with my principal, who is going to unfold it, very soon.
And so you're saying you don't have an idea? Is that what you're saying? You don't even have an inkling?
I don't need to, because you see, I was AGA party chairman. I'm a field politician before I became publicity secretary.
Okay.
So I can say I'm a versatile person that can adapt, operate, work anywhere and get results. I'm not bothered about where I'll be sent to.
Would you still be publicity secretary if that committee list is amended to how it's supposed to be? I mean, going by your arguments, would you still want to be publicity secretary? Would you want to double as commissioner and publicity secretary?
When we get to that bridge, we know how we'll cross it. But for now, I have an assignment to serve Rivers people with the capacity as commissioner. And it's coming to me with a lot of excitement, and I give glory to God. And I want to thank His Excellency Sasura Gbara for appreciating the little that we have done for the party.
Okay, thank you very much, Sidney Gbara.
You're welcome.
One of our brand new commissioners in Rivers State. It's good to have you on the show. All right, then. Have yourself a wonderful day. I would read some messages. Let's see. Thank God Ability Atuegu says, man of the people, ha 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 ha. Back to PDP through the back door. You don't read. Thank God Ability Atuegu. Now, if there's something that I took note of while speaking with the new commissioner, it was that he said that the governor recognized them by asking Edison Eye to resign. Interesting. So I would like a lot of you to allow that sink in. Allow it to sink in. I mean, think about it. Allow it to sink in. Right? Allow you to sink in. But anyways, this one says, good evening, Canada. Your guest just mentioned the welfare of the people as part of the things Governor Sim has done. Please ask him, what is delaying the appointment letters of the 10,000 civil service jobs? It's over 1 year since the process began. We are hearing what rumor that the governor has cancelled the process secretly, while we're hearing very soon. Please let your guest give us out. I mean, he just got appointed, so we would wait for him to settle in first, right? This one says, sometimes politicians make me laugh. See him rapping what made him stand with Fubara, the same man who was praising Wike to high heavens for 8 years. Oh, Black Africa, NS from Woji. And this one says, good evening, Mr. Kalada. The 27 lawmakers have left the PDP for APC on their own. I think they should remain there and allow Governor Sim Fubara to move Rivers State forward. Back at that from Ozwa Committee. But if you listen to him, he said there is still a political solution to it. They should write an apology letter. They should go meet the leader of the party and, Dogbale, like we say in our parlance, Dogbale for the governor. And if the Dogbale, everything will be all right. As for those of you who've been arguing back and forth, I hope you heard that one. We'll go for a break. When we come back, we'll talk some more. Do stay tuned.